Good Evach, Shavua Tov, everyone. We are continuing here in the words of the PELE YOETZ in the importance of a husband striving to achieve Shalom Bayis with his wife, even when sometimes or often he finds it difficult. And he writes beautifully today the following: L'chein ish asher kerechosa yarbek v'ybeisai Dovid bi'itoi. A man that has the yecholos, he has the means, he should do whatever he can to increase the bracha in his house and the honor that he's going to give to his wife. Like we mentioned the last time, that don't be so particular on every single penny that a woman spends. Don't look at the credit card bills with a fine-tooth comb. Don't give her musar. Don't rebuke her because she bought too expensive of a dress or she ended up wasting some money here or there. We don't understand the very inner nature of a woman who these things matter greatly to her, how she looks, how other people look. She wants to make sure she looks on par with them as well. And therefore, if a husband could afford it, says the PELE YOETZ, don't overreact. Allow her to spend a little extra money that she wants to for her beauty, for her adornments, for her food, for her pleasures with her friends, whatever it is that she's doing. Don't be such an achshan, don't be such a stubborn person. V'yifaya says ishtai. On the other hand, says the PELE YOETZ, you should do everything within your abilities to be mafayas, to appease your wife. Speak nicely to her, speak kindly to her. When she comes home after the shopping spree, tell her what beautiful clothing she bought and how magnificent she looks. Because blessing only rests in one's house, because of a wife. You understand what Chazal are telling us? He's quoting a Gemara, and that is that whatever bracha you have in your house, that means the bracha in your ruchnias, the bracha in your gashmias, the bracha in your children, the bracha in your parnasa, the bracha in your health, the bracha in your success. All of the blessing that you're going to have in your house is only comes because of one's wife. So who wouldn't do everything in their abilities to make their wives feel like $1 bazillion? Who wouldn't do everything in their abilities to make their wives so comfortable and happy, to know how much their husbands love them and care about them? Who wouldn't do whatever they could to facilitate your wife's abilities to run the house the way that she wants to do things the way that she wants to bring things in the way that she wants to, so that she is happy and she is settled and she is tranquil? Because the bracha that is in one's house is coming from the woman, is coming from one's wife. She is the ikeres habayis, she is the cornerstone, the foundation of the house. And therefore the bracha comes through her. Rabbi Yossi said, La'olam, le'kerasi le'ishti, ishti, I never called my wife ishti, my wife, ella, beisi, I called my wife beisi, my house, because my home is the expression of my wife. My home is how she sets it up, it's how she runs it, it's how she infuses it, hopefully, with her kedusha, with her goodness, with her happiness, with her pleasantness. And therefore the bracha that is coming to the house is dependent upon an isha, and therefore a husband is obligated to be mafayas, to appease her, to speak sweetly and softly and gently, complimentary to one's wife. V'godol Shalom Bayis, and Shalom Bayis, marital harmony, is so great. Ad shehuter limchoy kashem hagodol litein shalom beinish leishtoi, to the extent that we know by the case of a sota, a woman that is accused of adultery, we are allowed to take Hashem's name, which is written on a parchment, erase it into the waters of the sota, and she drinks it to prove that she was not adulterous, and that everything is good and they will live happily ever after. Says the Gemara, we're allowed to erase Hashem's name, which is a prohibition. You cannot erase the name of God in this world. But if for this case, to ensure Shalom Bayis between a husband and a wife, not only are you allowed to, you're mechuyev, you're obligated to, in this particular case that the Torah is speaking about. So if that's what the Torah says you do for Shalom Bayis, then imagine how much a husband has to do to ensure that there's going to be Shalom Bayis between him and his wife. L'chein, therefore, loy ba'koyach yingbar ish. A man should gird his strength. Lahavir ra'a mi beisai. And whatever bad is in his house, which means whatever negative, condescending words, whatever looks he gives his wife that inappropriate, whatever anger, chas v'chalila, he would end up expressing, all of the ra, all of the bad that's going to damage and affect one Shalom Bayis, a husband must use tremendous koyach, strength, and uproot it and remove it from the house. Ula hashrais shchina bebeisai. Rather, when he does that, he will be mashra, he will bring the Shechina to dwell in his house. And that's the house of Shalom Bayis that a husband and a wife are supposed to have. A lot of it, as the PELE YOETZ is saying right now, is dependent on the husband, how he's going to treat his wife, how he's going to talk to his wife, how not demanding he's going to be of his wife, how pleasant and peaceful he's going to be with his wife, how complimentary, and he's going to build her up and pump her up that she's the greatest woman in the entire world, and even if she spent too much money, he loves the things that she bought, and he's so happy that he's married to her for all the reasons the PELE YOETZ spoke about before. And you have to be willing, if the Torah is willing to erase the name of Hashem for the sake of Shalom Bayis, then we, the husbands, have to be willing to erase all of the bad Middos that we have inside of ourselves, to erase all of the anger, to erase all the frustration, to erase all the disappointment. Just erase it from your mind. Erase it from your heart. Erase it from your words. Chas v'chalila, that a husband talks to his wife about negative things like the D word, divorce. Chas v'shalom, that it should ever be on the lips of a husband and a wife. Leave it out of the house. Erase it. HaKadosh Baruch Hu erased his name. You erase that language. That's only going to be a detriment to a husband and a wife. And rather, we have to keep in mind that when we remove all these things and we wipe them out of the house, ulahashrais shchina bebeisai, then the shchina will dwell comfortably and happily in your home. Have a wonderful day.